You open your laptop to do the hard thing. Then your hand drifts to your phone. One check turns into 10. A small task suddenly feels safer than the big one sitting there. You tell yourself you are lazy, distracted, or bad at focus. But have you noticed how fast your mind can turn away from anything new, risky, or unclear? But the real reason is far stranger. Your brain is not built to chase growth first. Your brain is built to keep you safe. Safe means known. Safe means familiar. Safe means low effort and low risk, even when that safety keeps you stuck in the same place. So when growth asks you to try, fail, look foolish, wait, and work without quick proof, your brain often reads that as danger, not progress. Does that sound less like a flaw and more like a system doing exactly what it was made to do? This starts with something called prediction. Prediction just means your brain is always trying to guess what will happen next, so it can save time and energy. The known path is easy to guess. The new path is not. That matters because your brain is hungry for efficiency, which means doing things with the least effort it can. A habit takes less fuel than a fresh choice. A scroll takes less fuel than deep work. A snack takes less fuel than sitting with stress. Why would your brain pick the steep trail when the flat one is right there? There is also a bias toward the present. A bias is just a built-in lean. Present bias means your brain gives more weight to what feels good now than to what may help you later. This is why 5 minutes of comfort can beat 5 years of goals. The reward is close. The cost feels far away. Your brain is not calmly doing life math. It is grabbing the warm blanket in reach. Have you ever known exactly what would help your future and still done the easier thing anyway? A real clue came from researcher Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, who studied how people make choices. They showed that losses hit harder than gains. In plain words, losing $20 feels worse than finding $20 feels good. This is called loss aversion. It means your brain often works harder to avoid pain than to reach reward. Growth can look like gain on paper, but in the moment, it feels like possible loss. Loss of time, loss of ease, loss of status, loss of the image you have of yourself as capable. If trying might expose a weak spot, why would your brain rush in? Then there is uncertainty. Uncertainty just means you don't know how it will go. Your brain does not love that. In fact, the brain often treats uncertainty like a threat, because it cannot prepare cleanly for what it cannot predict. And that keeps your body a little tense, a little watchful, and a lot more likely to choose the path that feels clear and controlled. This is why you can stay in a job you dislike, a routine that bores you, not because it is good, because it is known. Is it really comfort you want, or just relief from not knowing? There is another layer. Your brain links effort with cost. Cost just means something it has to spend. Hard focus spends energy. Change spends energy. Self-control spends energy. So when something feels mentally heavy, your brain can label it as bad before it even begins. That is not wisdom. That is fuel saving. Psychologists sometimes talk about cognitive ease. Cognitive means mental. Ease means it feels smooth and simple. If something is easy to think about, your brain trusts it more. If something is hard to think about, your brain resists it more. Have you noticed how the familiar idea sounds truer just because it feels smoother? Now for the twist. Comfort is not always pleasure. Sometimes comfort is just the absence of threat. You may not even enjoy the thing you choose. You just know it asks less of you. That's why you can keep checking messages that do not matter, stay busy with tasks that do not move your life, or replay the same doubts in your head, because even your worry can feel more familiar than change. Strange, right? The brain can pick a pain it knows over a future it cannot see. This also explains why growth feels awkward at first. New action breaks prediction. It raises uncertainty. It costs energy up front. It delays reward. It risks small failure. Your body can read all of that as a sign to stop, even when your deeper mind knows you should continue. So the discomfort of growth is not proof that you're on the wrong path. Often, it is proof that the path is new. What if the tension you feel is not a warning, but a toll? That changes the game. You do not need to wait until growth feels natural. You need to expect that it will feel unnatural for a while. You shrink the threat, make the steps smaller, make the start clearer, let your brain see the path. One page, 10 minutes, one hard email, one honest talk. Safety grows from proof. Proof grows from action. And action often begins before comfort arrives. So the next time your hand drifts to your phone, remember what is happening. You are not weak. Your brain is choosing the known over the new. And that is exactly why your growth starts the moment you choose the hard thing, after you open your laptop to do the hard thing.